join internationally acclaimed overland expert Paul Marsh and award-winning journalist Gregory Simpson as they delve into all things responsible overlanding. From choosing the right vehicle, getting yourself prepared, getting your vehicle prepared, safety tips, and much, much more. Only on Responsible Overlanding. Homeschooling and more people taking the kids on the road. Are you seeing that, especially with COVID?
You know, it's fascinating. My heart goes out to the parents because I haven't had children and Joe hasn't had children. And I must say, we think that people have taken on and embraced homeschooling. Hats off to you. Because if I think about the respect we owe our teachers that have taught us. Now, you know, when you grow up in life, your teachers have an impact on your life. Your parents have an impact on your life. Your friends, your parents' friends, you know. So it takes, as my brother-in-law always said to me, he said, Paul, you know, it takes a community to bring up a child. It's not just a person or a parent. It's not easy homeschooling, but there's some amazing opportunities these days with technology. So, you know, technology, as much as it can be distracting, technology is actually our friend. It just depends.
If used correctly.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Greg. You absolutely have. And I think that's where it all goes wrong. When people don't actually use technology correctly. Who's the master of the technology? So our phone is a great example. Okay, so come the end of the day, 5:05, our phones, they go to sleep. We don't actually want to answer them. If it's an emergency, someone can ring. But quite honestly, that's our time out. We want to unplug from that technology. We had it all day. And I found, you know, by being more disciplined, how I manage my phone, my calls, all the things that you've got different media platforms, it can suck your energy and it can distract you to such a point that actually, at the end of the day, you look back and you go, well, how did I use my time? But you got so distracted with all the things that actually there was no real focus.
And you don't need an update from Pete Pompey's.
You actually, you know, so all that comes in, all that information feeds in, and we feel we've got to respond to it. I'm guilty of that. Oh, I've got to respond to this. Someone's just emailed, I've got to respond.
Especially now, there's so much information flying around.
Yeah, but actually, you know, if you can acknowledge an email to someone and say, "Thank you for your email. I will get back to you." So I'm trying to be more disciplined about when I do certain things in my week, just to manage my time better. So, and I find that, you know, by taking certain days, I will just take phone calls. And if I'm having a discovery call with someone and having a chat to them, or it's a consult or it's training, I try and specify certain days. And of course, the technology has allowed that, and people who are now taking their children on travel trips. And that's been happening for years. But now it's just been made.
The stigma's almost gone now.
I think people have had to just deal with it. So the fear is not so much there anymore. It's like, oh, we can do this. Okay. It doesn't take away the teachers and the value the teachers add, because we still need.
And you see how much work these guys are putting in when you have to do it yourself.
Enormous. So, you know, I think any respect to any teacher that there's a lot behind the scenes for your children.
I mean, they are it's a very important job for the next generation.
Yeah. You know, any form of teaching, we're teaching, we're sharing our knowledge, you know, we're sharing our passion. But in that environment for young children, young minds that are actually learning and being influenced for growth, it's lovely to think that people are prepared to take that on. And of course, you are working in conjunction with the teachers.
Can we get overlanding as a subject in school?
Yeah, I've often thought about that, actually.
I mean, your skill set would be manna from heaven. Even a kid from the townships has never been into the bush before.
You know what? Just imagine you can give that experience. And that's what parents do. When they come to me and they're going, I'm going to take my children on a long trip. And I go, fantastic. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. And I get calls often from people who want to take their children on long trips. Okay, and so again, you can go down the road of the fear element.
Yeah. What are the neighbours going to think?
Well, what are the neighbours going to think? What's out there? How dangerous is it? But as much as that comes at you, you can actually look for solutions and put things in place and go, we can do this. People do it. And the interesting experience when you come back, that, you know, no one loses out. You know, I probably won't be popular with the educational board, but to be honest, the way schooling is happening, where people are having to
Parent
distance
fashion.
learn. Well, not, I wouldn't criticize the curriculum, because I don't, it's a long time since I was in school.
It's not our lane.
But I do think that the way things are being packaged for us to learn these days is on very good media. How many times? I mean, so how many people are doing courses at home now? They're learning. They're watching to learn from YouTube. They're learning from Udemy. That's
The
giving
University
courses
of
out.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's YouTube is a phenomenal educator, and I think that's just incredible. People are giving their knowledge out. I mean, Jo's done the same. She's spent the last 6 weeks putting together courses, putting together content that she's sharing. And I think it's just beautiful that people are being so generous with their time and putting it out there, because we're all benefiting from it.